Now this workout that I've put together for you is 10 easy arm weight exercises. Now the way we're going to increase or decrease the intensity is by the amount of weights we're going to be lifting. Now if you have free weights or dumbbells at home, fantastic. You can then take it up from 1 kilogram to 2 kilograms to 3 to then increase it as and when you're ready to. If not, you can easily use any everyday products at home. You can use bottles of water, which I have here for a demonstration. You could use cans of beans, anything you can easily hold in your arms. Again, pick the weight that's right for you. Now, the technique I will show you first. Hips, knees and feet all aligned. Feet hip width apart, nice soft relaxed knees. Now for all of these, your core is essential, as it always is. So I want you to think about really pulling your core in nice and tight and your strength coming from here. Holding in nice and firm, and again, pulling up through the middle of your head, as I always say, to lengthen your vertebrae out, to keep nice and tall, and really engage your core. So bicep curls, we're tucking our elbows into our sides and you're literally hinging from the elbow that way. Torso, legs, nothing else moves. It's just literally a hinge from the elbow. And it's going to work your biceps, so that's the front of your arm here. 10 repetitions of this one. So, like I say, nice soft knees, pulling up through the middle of your head, your core engaged and pulling in nice and tight. Relaxed shoulders, relaxed neck. Tucking your elbows in nice and tight, 10 repetitions. So nice and slow and steady. A controlled pace. And 2. Nice soft knees, don't lock them out. 3. And 4. Slow and controlled. Speed not important. And 6. And 7. Make sure your elbows are tucked in and they're glued to your sides. 8. And 9. Last one. 10. So those are your bicep curls. As I say, increase or decrease the weight to make it harder or easier depending on your ability. Now the next exercise is called a lateral raise. We're going to be taking our arms out sideways. We're working the centre part of your shoulder. So if I go through technique first, then we can demonstrate with the weights. Again, hips, knees and feet all aligned. A nice, easy, relaxed stance, soft knees, not locked out. As always, think about pulling up from the centre of your head, putting your core in. This again is your centre, where all your strength comes from. So the weights are going to be going up and down sideways. This way, again, nice and slow and controlled, and make sure they do indeed go up sideways. Not too far in front, or else you're changing the muscle set, and not too far back, otherwise that tends to happen. Arch in the back, putting pressure on your lower spine, which isn't what we want. We want a held in core, nice and firm and solid, the arms going up sideways. Only need to go to shoulder height. Again, if you want to increase the intensity, you increase the amount of weights you're using. If you're finding it a little bit too tricky, decrease the amount of weight you're using, okay? So 10 of these. Nice soft knees, relaxed shoulders, holding in your core, pulling up nice and tall. 10 repetitions. And 1. Slow and steady, nice and controlled, not fast. Technique is important, not speed. And 4. Holding in that core, pulling up through the centre of your head. Nice soft, relaxed knees. And 6. And 7. And 8. Keep that slow, steady speed. 9. Last one. And 10. And relax. So you should have felt that working in the centre of your shoulder. The next exercise we're going on to is called the tricep extension. So your triceps, the back of your arms here. We're going to be doing extension to really engage that and make it work hard. So if I show you from side on, again the same posture, Hips, knees and feet all aligned, nice soft knees, held in core, pulling up through the center of your head so you're nice and tall. You're going to use one weight for this. Again, you judge it depending on your ability. So we have 2 hands around one weight, and we're going to drop it behind your head. So slowly dropping behind and extending up. Now again, your core is important for this one, particularly as your arms go back. Don't let that happen. Again, pressure on your lower back, and you're not working your core at all here. So pulling in, holding in, use your support here, no bottoms out, okay? So slow and steady, and then extending back up, okay? Again, we're gonna go for 10 of these, slow, steady space. Okay, so relaxed stance, soft knees, tummy held. 10 of these. So drop behind. Keep your upper arms where they are. Keep them close to your ears. Your upper arms shouldn't be moving. It's all hinging from the elbow. As I say, if you find it too hard, pick a lighter weight. If you want to increase the intensity slightly, pick a heavier weight. And 5, holding onto your core. Again, particularly as you get tired, technique starts to go. Really hold on to it then. That's when to push through. And 7. And 8, nice slow steady speed. 2 more. Remember to keep the upper arms nice and still. Just hinge from the elbow. There, and relax. That's your 10 repetitions. The next one we're going to do is called a shoulder press. So again, working on the shoulder area. And this one we're going to be taking the arms above your head. So if you feel it's too hard, you're using too much of a heavy weight, just take it back a bit, particularly if you're going over your head. You don't want to drop anything, obviously. So same stance, hips, knees and feet, soft knees, and you're going to be going from your shoulder here to above your head, that way, and back down again. Again, make sure it's going directly above your head and you're coming down sideways. Do not take it behind you. Do not go back that way, because again, you're going to lose your core, pressure on your lower back, which isn't what we're after. Held in, release your lower back, and it's going up that way. So for 10 repetitions. So, got a nice relaxed stance, pulling up through the top of your head again, pulling in your core. We're starting here, 10 goes. So, and 1. Ideally, those weights should come still within your eye line. If you can't see them in your eye line as they go up, they're too far back. That's when we start to lose our core. 3. Nice, slow, steady pace as always. And 5. And 6. Nice and steady. 7, putting in through your core, putting up through the top of your head. 8. Last 2. Keep that steady pace. 9. And last one, 10. The next exercise we're going to do is called a single arm row. We're going to do 10 on one arm, 10 on the other to make sure you're working yourself evenly. Now, the stance we're going to take is bent over, giving you some support here for this working arm, okay? So, the stance isn't the most important thing, as long as you're comfortable and you've got a good grounding, that's fine. What you're going to be doing is putting that weight up into your armpit and releasing at a nice slow, steady pace. Again, use your core. Don't let your back arch, or else this is going to start to hurt. Pull in your waist, hold your core here. Again, this is where your strength is coming from. So you're going to do 10 single arm rows on one side, then we'll swap over and work the other arm so you're even. So, I'm getting myself grounded and preparing, holding in your core. 10 single arm rows. So into your armpit, this way. So you've got your slow, steady pace. And 3. And 4. If you wanted to, you can use a bit of furniture for balance. and lean on a table or a work surface or something steady. Or you can just use yourself like I'm doing here, if that gives you enough stability. 8. Last 2, 9, and 10. Good stuff. Now I'm going to change sides. So again, get yourself grounded, get yourself in a comfortable position, and 10 on the other side. So bring it into your armpit. And 2, 3. Remember your core. Don't let your back arch. 5. And 6. And 7. Keep that slow, steady pace. 8. Keep pulling in here. 9. Last one. And 10. And release. That's your single arm row. We're going to do butterflies. Now for this one, I'm going to demonstrate with water bottles, just to show you that you can indeed use any household items. Like I say, water bottles, cans, anything you can find lying around to give you that right level of weight and right level of resistance. So, again, we've got our stance, nice and parallel, hips, knees and feet, soft knees and a held in core, pulling up through the middle of your head, so you're nice and light on your feet. We're going to do 10 of these. So we're going to start off here in front. So your arms are at shoulder level. And we can take out sideways and back in again. As you go to the side, same as in the previous exercises, make sure as you go out sideways, they stay within your eye line. If they go too far back, that's going to happen. You're going to lose your center and start to put pressure on your lower back. Hold that in nice and tight. Soft knees, solid core. Okay, so 10 of these. Again, a lovely steady pace. Okay, so here we go. 10 of these, 1. Nice and smooth and controlled. 2. As I said before, if you're finding it too hard, use a lighter weight. Either you can push yourself a little bit more, a heavier weight. 5. And 6. Keeping that core pulled in the whole time. And 7. And 8. Last 2. Keep that steady pace going. 9. Last one. 10. Good, well done. We're going to be doing hammer curls. These are very similar to bicep curls, but they're working your biceps and your arms slightly differently. So with the bicep curls that we started with, we had elbows tucked in and palms facing forwards to curl that way. With a hammer curl, your palms are facing in and you're curling up this way. So apart from the direction of your palms and the angle of your arms here, everything else is going to be the same. So legs nice and parallel, soft knees, pulling up through the center of your head, nice pulled in core, elbows tucked in, and again, just hinging from the elbows. So you're isolating those muscles and working them correctly. So we're going to go for 10 of those. So relax legs, nice and light on my feet, elbows tucked in. So for 10 hammer curls, off we go. 1. That nice, smooth, steady pace as before. Much better to get your technique right than get the speed. Speed is not important. 4. Remember to keep pulling your core in and pulling up through the center of your head. And 6. You should feel it work in the front of your arm. And 7. And 8. Keep reminding yourself about your core. It's where all your grounding, your strength comes from. Last one. And 10. So you're working the front part of your shoulder. Same stance, palms facing down this time, and you're going to be lifting the weights in front of you. So we're lifting up forwards that way, and back down again. Now, as I've said before, when the weights are coming up, make sure that doesn't happen. It's easily done, particularly as you get tired, but all you're doing again is losing your strength here, and you're putting too much pressure on your lower back. Hold your core in here, make this work. This should not have any pressure on it. It's all coming from here, okay? So you're doing 10 raises in front of you at a nice, slow, steady space, and you should feel it in the front of your shoulders. So you're gonna go for 10 of these. So, nice and square, palms facing backwards, 10 sets, off we go. And 1. So as I said, holding in your core, nice and solid. And 3. If you feel any pressure on your lower back, you can take the level of the weights down. Just do a smaller one, for example, but it's more likely to mean that you're not holding your core enough. So really hold it in tight. Don't let yourself lean backwards. 6. That's it. And 7. Nice and slow and steady. And 8. And 9. And 10. Now the next exercise is our tricep kickback. So we're working our triceps again, so that's the back of your arms here. We're going to be isolating them, making them work hard. We're going to be doing 10 repetitions on each side. Now again, I want you to get your grounded position, get yourself stable, and get your strength from your core. Again, as before, no arch backs, hold in nice and tight, and ease your low back pressure. That shouldn't be hurting. Strength from here. Now what we're going to be doing is upper arm lifted, and extending out behind you, that way. As you extend out and come back in, your upper arm should not be moving. You're literally just hinging from the elbow to really make that tricep work. If you're swinging up and down, it's not gonna have the same effect. So, 10 of these on each side. So, get your position, get your grounding, hold your core, upper arm lifted, and 10 on each side. Off we go. So 1. And 2, slow and steady. Concentrating on your technique. Keep the upper arm nice and lifted. There shouldn't be any movement there at all. And 5. And 6, remind yourself of your core. Hold it in nice and tight. And 8. You should really feel that work in the back of your arm. And last one, 10. Good stuff. Other side. As I said before, if you're finding it too easy, you can add a heavier weight. If you're finding it a bit too tough, this is one of the tougher exercises, then take your weight down a little bit. Better to get your technique correct than worry about how many kilograms you're lifting. The technique is the most important thing. So nice and grounded again, you're holding in your core, support here, upper arm lifted, and 10 extensions. Off we go. And 1. And 2. 3. Keeping that upper arm lifted and still. And 5. And 6. 7. 8. Last 2. Keep reminding yourself back technique. Upper arm lifted, core held in. Last one. There we are. So there's your tricep kickbacks. 10 on each side to start with. Then either you can increase the weight as you're going along and you find you're getting stronger, or increase the repetitions. This is the double row, the bent over row. Before we did it with one hand, this time we're going to do it with 2. So, everything parallel, hips, knees and feet all aligned. We're going to be doing it in a slight squat position. Not a deep squat, but bent over. Now, 2 hands at the same time, they're going to be coming up into your armpits and releasing. So I'll show you from the side. As I said, everything parallel, bottom back and out as you would in a squat, but just not to the same depth. So that way, a nice flat back. Make sure, as I said before, that's not happening. If this is relaxed and not working, again, too much pressure on your lower back. It's not what we're after. Hold in and support here, support your core, support your lower back. So you should feel it working your thighs and your bottom and your core here. You're rowing into your armpits that way and release. That way and release. So you go 10 times with this. So, as I said, everything parallel, in a shallow squat position, palms facing back, and 10 of these to go. Holding in your core. Off we go. 1 and 2. Holding in your core and equally making sure you're not rounding. That's not good in the same way that an arch back isn't. 5 and 6. Nice and slow and controlled. 7 and 8, right up to your armpits each time. 11 and 12. I'll give you 2 extra on that one. So that concludes our 10 easy weights arm workout exercises. As I say, it's low intensity fitness training. So these are aimed to get you going, to either start you off on weights exercises, to get your confidence up, to practice your technique. You can pick and choose from 10 exercises. You can either do them as a whole or pick and choose 1 or 2 depending on how much time you have or how confident you are with them. But remember, you can take the intensity up depending on your weight you're using. If you want to take it down a level, just reduce the amount of weights you're using. It's easily done. But choose a weight and an intensity that's right for you. Don't go in too hard too soon because you'll get an injury, which we don't want, or you're going to put yourself off. If you find it too hard or just too overwhelming, you're not going to stick with it. So go in at an easier level, get your technique correct, and gradually build from there. But however you choose to use the exercises, enjoy yourself, have fun with them, and enjoy.